What's good, y'all? It's Rob Wavy, and I'm gonna show you how to make a soulful pain loop for Reese Youngin. Let's get into it. Alright, so the key to this sample is in B minor. I'm at 174 BPM. Here's what the full loop sounds like. Y'all ain't see that. Alright, so the first thing I started off with was this piano. I used a 1-5-6-5 chord progression in the B minor scale. Here's what it sounds like. Alright, couple things. First thing is this E in the B minor chord. In a normal B minor triad, that'll be an F sharp, but I took it down 2 semitones to E to make it sound a little bit more soulful. Another thing is this F sharp minor chord over here at the end, the last 5 chord. Usually this A sharp would be A, and that's what's actually in the scale. But if you take it up one and make it A sharp, which is from the harmonic minor scale, you get that R&B soulful vibe. You can't do that with every chord though. You gotta pick and choose and decide when it sounds best. And when you're doing your top line melodies, use the pentatonic scale. Those are all notes that sound good no matter what chords they're played over. Alright, for effects I have an EQ cutting out the lows, fruity delay on the widen preset, and some Valhalla verb on 7%. I turned the low cut up to 650 to make sure it wasn't muddy. I also turned the stereo separation up to 38%. Next thing I added was these vocals out of vocal runs too. For effects on that, I have an EQ on the radio preset, fruity delay 2, also on the widen preset. Valhalla verb, I turned the mix down to 36 and the decay down to 1.6 seconds. That's just so that it's not so washed out. I also added fruity stereo enhancer to push it off to the sides some more. For this one, I turned the stereo separation up to 38% too. I did that with all my instruments except for the basses. And I also panned it to the left a little bit by about 16%. It's good to play with the panning on some instruments so that not everything is so central and every instrument has its own space to work in. Next, I added this electric piano out of Expand. It's the Mark II. Alright, to make this, I started off with this B minor triad and I inverted the D up an octave. I played the rest of it out on my MIDI keyboard. Also over here, I used that A sharp again instead of that A to accent that last chord. For effects, I have this plugin called Spaced Out on the Beautiful Rose preset. I turned the mix to about 15%. Next, I added this lead guitar. Here's the MIDI for that. When I played this on my MIDI keyboard, I also played with the pitch wheel at the same time, as you can see down here. That's how you get those bends and those wobbles, which is good to make it sound more interesting, instead of playing the notes just out by themselves. That's Evolution Infinity guitar on the Tap Faster Lead preset. I turned the pitch range up to 20 for this one. For effects, I have an EQ, cutting out the lows and some of the highs. Delay on, turn the time knob to 8, and just turn the mix down really low. Fruity Flanger. This is the default preset, just turn the mix down to a little over 25%. Fruity Chorus, also on the default preset, just turn the mix down. And finally, Valhalla verb, turn the mix up to about 89%. Turn the decay down to 2.2. Turn the low cut up all the way. I chose low sets because I wanted it to be really washed out. Next is this pad out of Expand. This is the warmth pad out of the soft pads presets. Alright, for effects, I started with the EQ, cutting out all the lows and a lot of the highs. Fruity Chorus on the default preset. Fruity Delay, turn the time knob to 3, just turn the mix down to about 25%. Valhalla Vintage Verb, mix on 40%, decay turned down to about 1.7, and I turned the low cut up to 1500. Next, I added this accent. Standard stuff. I just added some reverb to it. Next is this wah. I'm gonna add a fruity reverb, turn the size up, turn the wet knob up to about 50%. I also add a pancake to pan it from left to right. I just came over here to the LFO and changed the time into 1/2. Next is a little bit of vinyl crack to give it some texture. Nothing special. Next I added a Scorpion Rickenbacker bass on the Night Session preset. Here's what it sounds like. I didn't add any effects to that. Next I have this reverse crash transition. Added some delay to that. I turned the time knob to 8 and then just turned the mix down. Lastly, I added some reverb. I turned the mix down to about 20% just that it's not so dry. And that's full sample. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something from this. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram. The link is down in the description. Also, like and subscribe and comment whatever videos you want me to do next. Alright, peace.